Welcome to the Talk Like a Leader podcast, where we explore the mindset, skill set, and habit set of leadership communication. Using these tips, techniques, and tactics, you'll be able to talk like a leader to build better relationships and get more done. Your host is Guy Harris, who has more than 20 years of combined professional and military experience in consulting, coaching, and training in areas like team and interaction dynamics, communication strategies and tactics, as well as emotional intelligence. Take it away, Guy.
Hi, this is Guy Harris. Welcome to Talk Like a Leader. This week's episode is titled 6 Books for Your Reading List. I want to think about leadership communication. I think of both mindset and skill set. And while a lot of conversation, actually a lot of questions that I get asked are mostly about skill set, I actually believe that mindset is significantly more important. So let me define what I mean by skill set and mindset. Skill set is the collection of words and phrases and techniques you would use to become a more effective communicator. Mindset is really more how you think about the communication process. And the reason I think that mindset is more important than skill set is that if you have great skills and the wrong mindset, I believe that most of us, unless we're skilled liars and been trained in how to hide our body language and not reveal our true emotional state and all that kind of stuff, unless you're really practiced at that art, I think most people will pick up on your mindset no matter what skills you use. And I think a bad mindset, and by bad I mean attempting to manipulate people rather than communicate with people, attempting to bend people to our will rather than trying to find ways to reach shared and collective understanding of a situation, trying to be right rather than trying to resolve a conflict, all of those kind of things. So basically trying to use communication to get our way over another person rather than communicate with another person. So that's what I would call a bad mindset, using the techniques of effective communication or leadership communication in a manipulative and self-serving way. A good mindset would be developing really great skills so that I can communicate more clearly, minimize the risk of negative emotional interaction, and basically get things done and build a relationship at the same time so that we can arrive at mutual win-win scenarios. Okay, how do you develop good mindset? I actually think it comes through reading. Now, the side benefit of that is that if you work on your mindset, you'll probably pick up some good skill set along the way. And one of the things I've learned is that if I keep a good reading list, I'm more likely to grow my mindset. And the more I read, the more I learn. The more I read, the more I think about things in a better and different way than maybe I would naturally. So I'll recommend 6 books that have been really helpful to me. Odds are I've mentioned at least some of these in prior episodes of this podcast. So I'll tell you what 6 books are that I recommend, and hopefully you'll get to start reading them. And there are 6 books here, so if you read one book every 2 months, by the end of the year, you would have read all of them. Now here they are. Leadership and Self-Deception by the Arbinger Institute. I think this book is primarily a mindset book. There's really not much in the way of skill set. It does help inform how you think about your engagement with other people. And I found that it was very helpful to me in expanding the way I think about the communication process and leadership in general. Another book, a little more recent book by Adam Grant called Think Again. And that book approaches some of the natural biases we have, filters we have on our communication, decision-making models, basically the way we think about our engagements with other people and how we engage in collective problem solving and those kind of things. And I found that book very helpful in terms of helping me to understand where some of my blind spots are, where some of my biases might be, and how I might be able to more successfully navigate around those. Another great book that is also about mindset, it's drifting in the direction of giving you some skill set ideas, is Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. And that's really more about vulnerability and knowing how to do that in a way that is not weak. It's strong vulnerability. It's the ability to be vulnerable without being taken advantage of. So finding ways to open yourself up to communicate with other people in a more effective and more honest way. So Dare to Lead, the great book for mindset. Beyond Reason by Roger Fisher. That one's a little older. I think that was like 2006 or 7 when it was published. But it has some really good perspective, both mindset and skill set, for the negotiation process. And in a Talk Like a Leader context, if you're coaching a person or you're selling change or you're trying to delegate a task to get someone to take on a goal, that's a bit of a negotiation process. And so learning from skilled negotiators is something that can be helpful. Another good book for understanding more technique. It also has a lot of mindset in it. And what you'll find is that any of the really good technique books also have really good mindset in them. So Crucial Conversations, the first author listed, that's a multi-author book. That's Joseph Grenny is the first listed author. Crucial Conversations, great book on knowing how to have some important conversations with people even when the stakes are really high. And another book sort of in that same vein is called Difficult Conversations. The first listed author there is Douglas Stone. And that book, both Crucial Conversations and Difficult Conversations, help you understand some of the things you might do to help navigate the emotional context, the emotional minefield you get into in some leadership communication situations. Again, coaching, goal setting, delegation, maybe some conflict resolution situations, that kind of thing. So I think if you'll add these 6 books to your reading list and start studying the ideas in these books, it's going to help you grow both your mindset and skill set. And if you'll do that, you can talk like a leader. This has been the Talk Like a Leader podcast. You can listen to this show every week wherever you get your podcast. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Guy Harris, and thanks for listening.